Hey guys, what's going on? Tour Cruise here, checking in with... We're here with Tun-chan, and today we're at the Katatetsu Roman Kaido, which is a rail-to-trail here in Japan, over in Okayama prefecture. And we're really excited to check out this route. We came over here, we brought our road bikes in our car. This is my road bike, this is Tun-chan's road bike, and this is the old rail-to-trail here along the old Katakami rail line. And this was used from 1919 to 1991, so a pretty long period of time. And this was reopened as a cycling road here in 2003. And I'm really excited to check out this trail today. This is my first real legit rail to trail here in Japan. And we're gonna go out and get on the trail and check it out. Let's go.
Let's go.
So they've got a nice little free parking space here. Not too many parking spaces, and it seems like there are a couple of regular walkers that come here too, so it's not all cyclists, but we've seen a couple cyclists come in already. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning right now, and it is a Sunday, so we're pretty excited to see how many people are out on the trail. And this is in Bizen City, by the way, in Okayama prefecture. We came over here to Okayama prefecture and Hiroshima prefecture to ride the Shimanami Kaido, which is one of the most famous cycling routes here in Japan. But on the way, I was also searching for some other interesting cycling routes. Yesterday we did the sky cycling route over at this Brazilian amusement park. That was really fun. And today we're checking out this road before we make our way back over to Osaka and then head back to Nagoya, which is where our home is. So this is the trail, and I think we're supposed to go left here. If we go right, we can go towards the ocean, but I think this nice path only lasts a little bit before you get stuck on main roads. But there is a nice bridge over there and a nice ocean view. But we're going this way. This is the main way of the course, and I believe this course can connect to other courses to go further along and go all the way to the north part of the North Japan Sea. But for this nice part on this trail, it's an out and back, about 35 kilometers one way. We're gonna do the full course, I think. And along the way, there's some old train stations, which I'm pretty excited to check out and show you guys. And it's supposed to be a really scenic route. It's nice and sunny today and pretty hot when the sun's out of the clouds, but luckily we've got this nice shaded route. This is really nice. You don't get many paths like this in Japan, just a dedicated cycling course with a shaded canopy. This is really nice. Ii ne suzushi. And Tun-chan is always happy when there's shade involved because she does not like to get tan. And I'm pretty excited to see the different features on this course. Let's see if there's any course markers, mile markers. But it seems pretty simple. Is that our first kilometer marker? Half kilometer in. That's pretty accurate with my cycle computer. That's a good sign. And we've just been really lucky with weather on this entire trip. We did get a couple of rainy days when we were in Hiroshima City, but that was okay. We just used it to take a nice little break and edit some videos. And otherwise, we've just had really great sunny weather. We had a sunny day at the Shimanami Kaido. We had a sunny day at the Brazilian theme park and sky cycling course yesterday. And oh, here we go. We're coming across the first tunnel. I guess this is a photo spot. Ine. Here we go. And keep in mind, this is an old railway tunnel, I believe. It seems pretty short though. I'm surprised that a train could fit under here. Whoa. It's really cool in the tunnels here. Tung was asking before this ride if there were going to be any hills. And I was like, no, rail to trail means it's an old railway line, and railway lines generally try to not build along hills. So it should be pretty flat. But it looks like we're going down a little decent decline right now. But for the most part, it should be pretty flat, which would be a nice change of pace. Normally when you ride in Japan, there's a lot of climbing involved. And yeah, we're just riding, this is straight up north, away from the ocean. We're starting pretty close to the ocean, and yeah, just going straight up into the center of Japan. So we should get some nice views. There's a whole lot of nature in this prefecture, in Okayama prefecture. Once you're outside of the main city areas, it's just, yeah, big mountains, rice fields, and everything is just in like harvest season right now. Coming up as we enter fall. Careful with the barriers. But just gorgeous here, geez. Kirei da ne. 坂あんまりないよ。それ嬉しいな。坂好きじゃないの？好きじゃないわけないけど、結構長い旅したからちょっと疲れた。Yeah, we've been traveling for over a week now. And even though we're not doing crazy long rides every day, it does wear down on you with all the walking and just all the driving and staying in different hotels every night. I forgot how tiring traveling can be. Long trip. Yeah, this is, for anyone who's just joining, this is our last little vacation before I start my new full-time job here in Japan. So I'm going to be getting pretty busy right after we get back from this trip when I start working again. So we're enjoying this time, taking full advantage. We don't know when we'll be able to do a trip like this again. And at first, for the last few months, we haven't really left our apartment very much at all. We were pretty scared with the virus situation. We didn't want to take any unnecessary risks. But so far on this trip, we haven't really had much contact with anyone. We just check in at the hotel, we get in our room, and then we go out for a ride. And we don't really interact with anyone on the ride, so it's been pretty safe. Is this the first little rest stop? Yeah, only 2 kilometers in, there's another bathroom break. But I guess a lot of people use this as a running course or a walking course. But yeah, this is a really nice path so far. One of the nicest paths I've been in Japan for cycling. And yeah, going back to the Shimanami Kaido, which is known as like the most beautiful cycling route in Japan, it's not really a cycling route. Like 90% of the route is on main roads. The only actual dedicated cycling routes are the ramps to get up to the bridges, and then when you're crossing the bridges itself. So outside of that, you're on the main roads with the cars. So that was kind of something that surprised me. I was expecting there to be more actual cycling paths. So this is a more legit cycling path in the true sense of the word. This is probably going to be one of the longest, nicest maintained cycling paths that I've been on in Japan. It looks like they have lanterns too. Those are also pretty rare on these kind of paths. Usually they don't have lights. But these don't look that powerful. I don't think they'll light up that much. We got some more barriers up here. Yeah, just gorgeous colors right now. All the greens. And at the station where we started at, there were actually some rental bikes inside. They were mostly like kids' bikes though, so just for like a short ride around the area, not anything serious. So it said on the website when we were looking for information about it in Japanese, it said there were some like rental bikes, but when we saw them in person, it's not something that like an actual adult could use. Maybe they have more adult bikes and they're just being rented out right now, but when we were there, we only saw kids' bikes. Yeah, beautiful sunny day. Everyone's got their futons hanging out to dry. Very few people have a drying machine here in Japan, so that was a big change when I came here. Everyone has a washing machine, so you wash your clothes and then you just hang dry everything. But as an American, we always use the dryer machine for most people, I believe anyway. At least my family, we always used the dryer my whole life before I came to Japan. Looks like we're crossing the road. So this is our first time to stop. There's some cars coming up. So up until now, we've got about 4 kilometers of unobstructed cycling. And just a quick cross here. I really hope they don't mix this with regular roads, but they shouldn't because it's an old rail trail. So you would think it'd be a dedicated cycling path the whole way. And let's see here. Oh, they got the blue line, Wake. So I think we need to turn left here. So for the next 190 meters, the cycling road is currently under construction. So we need to be on the main road. That's okay, that's only a few seconds. And there's no traffic over here right now. But yep, all the signs are in Japanese. So if you're coming here only knowing English, I think you'll be able to figure your way around. There's arrows, just follow the arrows. Cycling road, turn right here, turn right. Convenience stop. We did our convenience store run before we parked, so we filled up on our drinks, grabbed a few snacks. We got them in our bag, so if we eat those later, I'll show you guys. Back in the shade. Oh, this is nice little log cabin. You don't see these too often. Very nice. Oh, there's an American flag in the front. I love log cabins so much. I'd love to live in one day. Especially in northern Michigan, there are so many log cabins and they're just beautiful. Right, I guess. Yeah, this part's under construction. Bike road straight, I'm guessing this way. Ooh, there's a lot of dragonflies out, I've noticed in this area. Last night we saw a bunch and they're just flying around right in front of me. I'm not sure if they show up on the GoPro. But yeah, oh my God, there's just dozens of them all around right here. Bike road, left, left. And they got the burning crops smog right here. Tung absolutely loves that smell. She says it reminds her of home when they're just burning everything in the burning season. Yeah, she loves that smell. I'm not a fan. I don't mind a little bit of it, but I can't stand too much of it. Construction's ended. It looks like we're back on the cycling course. Yeah, this part doesn't, unfortunately, doesn't feel like a dedicated cycling course, but hey, at least it's wide and the road is still pretty smooth. I don't think we'll be over here too often though. Gorgeous views though. I imagine we're just sort of passing through this city area, and then once we leave here it should get back to the nice path. I hope so. Chuka soba. Some Chinese food over there. And everyone's got their fake grass. That's really popular here now. Their fake little grass. Yeah, having grass in your actual house is just extremely rare here in Japan. And that's one thing I miss about living in the States, is just, yeah, big lawns, big grass fields just to sit on, big grass fields to just sit on outside on a nice summer day, a nice cool summer day. Michigan summers are cool, but Japanese summers are quite hot. Actually, right now the weather's perfect in Japan. The humidity's dropping. It's still hot, but it's just like heat. It's not humidity so much anymore. So once the typhoon season comes, it brings some of the cooler winds, kicks up all the humidity away. It's really nice. Nice and cool in the evening, nice and cool in the morning. Still pretty hot in the middle of the day though. And Chung was just mentioning she loves the weather right now, saying it's perfect. 今の天気ちょうどいい。晴れ、涼しい。涼しい。秋みたい。秋。Yeah, it's like fall weather in Japan. Fall in Japan is really nice. Really good weather, really beautiful, really scenic. The leaves won't be changing for another couple months or so. They usually don't start changing until like later November. And let's be careful here. So here we got a regular, still active train track. You can see this is all the bike parking here for this train station. It's nice and free here. In the city, you gotta pay. Oh, the cycling road. I got a sign for it there. That's nice. Oh, ちょっと見てみよう. And here we go. This is a map. So we're going to be going along this river for a little while, I guess. And this is the start point. So we're about 7 kilometers in. So we're right about here. Right about here. And yeah, there's a lot of attractions along the way. We're going all the way to the 34.23 kilometer mark. So it looks like there's some cool things we're going to see. There's a dam right there. It looks like they've got the old Japanese wa kanji character printed in the mountains. And there's some onsen. This area is really famous for its onsens, apparently. This is going to be a fun day. I think in this area they also have a few bicycle-friendly trains, but I'm not sure the details. But when they do have them, they're usually like limited to certain times or on certain trains or in certain positions on the trains. But I wouldn't be surprised if they had some over here. Yeah, gotta be careful when you're crossing. The cars don't seem to give way. This is a gymnasium, Taikukan, and I guess this area's name is Waki. So the wa from the old school, like Japanese peace character. And then ki as in like energy, so it's like peace energy. Ah, wake. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the character key changes to K when it's a name. Tuan-chan correcting me on my kanji reading. Beautiful. Kawayama. Yeah, this is a really nice, scenic, peaceful ride so far. This is awesome. This is what I'm talking about. I've never seen this on any of the trails that we've been on Japan other than the Shimanami Kaido, but this is a full course, elevation profiles with different attractions and stop points. It lets you know where you're stopping at. So these are all the different station names along the way. These are the bathroom breaks along the way. This is awesome. This is what all cycling trails should have. Well done, thank you. Aichi-ken, zenzen nai. Yeah, step up your game, Aichi-ken. That's where we live.
こういうコース欲しい。安全し、ちゃんとサイクリングの道作ってる。
OK、続きましょう。
これ桜の木が4月綺麗よ。
Yeah, this would be really beautiful in spring. We'll have to see if we can come back out here, check out all the cherry blossoms along the way. Oh yeah. Thank you. They stopped for us. Oh, kaki. Yeah, fall is kaki season in Japan. Kaki is really good. I'm not sure what it's called in English. I never had it before coming here. But it's an orange-shaped fruit, I guess, and it's pretty hard. It's kind of like it looks like an orange in a way, but it's more hard, kind of like an apple, but the texture is still completely different. This is hon wake. They have some pictures of what the old stations look like, but there should be some old stations that are left along the course. I'm guessing they're going to be further away from the main cities though, so those will be some attractions we can look forward to. And yeah, they have these same blue lines with the course markers that they had over in the Shimanami Kaido, even though that's a completely separate prefecture, so they must have collaborated on that in some way. Usually the different prefectures, they handle things separately. So Hiroshima prefecture is where half of the Shimanami Kaido is. The other half is Ehime prefecture. And then next to Hiroshima prefecture, we've got Okayama prefecture, which is where we're at today. So it's nice to see them sort of standardizing the cycling roads here. And oh yeah, just beautiful. Everyone's got their flowers here, their gardens here, their produce. Oh, little mini cherry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tung is really quick to spot all the different fruit and vegetable plants. That's another one of Tuan-chan's dreams. She wants to have her own garden one day.
Okay.
Tung's garden. そういう仕事大変だよ。
でも楽しいよ。
本当？楽しい？食べるとき楽しい。
いや、作るときが楽しいの。
あ、そう。
大きく育てて。
じゃあ君作って俺食べる。
あ、いいよ。
あ、いいよ。
喜ぶ。
Well, we got some leaves falling. The first sign of fall. That tree was definitely going yellow. And this one's an actual light. I think this is the park that we saw on that little flyer when we stopped that had the little go-kart. This must be a park for kids. Wake Dome. Wake Dome. So yeah, they got little cars that you can drive there, little car go-kart. That looks pretty fun. There's a lot of kids out, a lot of families out. And be careful here. Make sure you don't miss the barrier. Always got to be careful around Japanese weed whackers. It's just a giant rotating blade, extremely dangerous. And we just crossed 10-kilometer point, so almost a third of the way in. And yeah, just really nice so far. A third of the way to the end point. We still got to come back, but for the video, I think we're just going to film all the way to the end and call it a day for that video. So that way you can ride along, see the full course. Let us know if you like these longer format videos, by the way. We've gotten a couple comments saying that you guys like to ride along on your trainer while we're doing our ride, especially now with the world being the way it is. So if you like these videos, make sure to give the video a like and comment, let us know. We love hearing your feedback. We got a basketball hoop over there. It's funny, you see a lot more basketball hoops out here in the countryside than you do in the city parts, mainly because there's just more space. Even in the Japanese suburbs, the space is really limited, but suburbs in the US, there's this massive space. And we're just holding a casual pace right now. Our average speed is about 19.5 kilometers per hour, and that's with all the slow parts and stopping. So at this speed, it really should only take us about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe with all the stopping to get to the end point, which I guess would be a pretty long video. So maybe we will have to cut out some parts and just fill in the highlights. Speaking of highlights though, here we are coming across the dam. Damu. Dam in Japanese, by the way, is damu. Learn Japanese while cycling with Tuo Cruise. Vietnam go wa dam. Dam. It's a down tone. Vietnamese is a tonal language, so it's a down tone. Dam. Huh? D. A. P. Dup. Dup. Oh, it's D-A-P. Dup. Dup. Lots of people out cycling. Great to see. And oh wow, it is a little rough in here. Also cool to see families out cycling together. That's really great to see, actually. Are we gonna get any good views of the dam from up here? A little bit. Here we go, we get an opening. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Shashin toru? Oh, kiyotsukete. Be careful here, don't fall in this giant gap trying to get over here and get your photo. We gotta walk over. Photo time! Nice view of the dam here. Just, yeah, sunny day, great weather. Back on the road. Let us go. A really big, wide river here. I think we're going to be cycling along this for a while on today's ride. Some debris on the course, but that's all right. I don't mind. The mountain biker in me doesn't mind. 13K point. And ooh, this is kind of like a German style building. We got some chopped wood here. Looks like some German style architecture, Bavarian style. Yeah, I was pretty bummed to not be able to go back to Eurobike this year. This time, around this time last year, yeah, September, I was in Eurobike for the first time in Germany, my first time visiting the country. And I know we got some fans of the channel over there. Beautiful country. I really want to take Tunchan over there one day. I really hope that one day we can visit Germany together and some other countries in Europe. And here we go. Looks like we're coming across another photo spot here. So this is one of the old stations, I believe. Let's stop here. So this is Amase Station. So we're gonna get some photos here, but before we do that, let's go check out the inside. Just gonna hop up here. Very cool. So this is what the old station used to look like, nice and small. And you're just waiting here to board the train. There's still quite a few old train stations like this in Japan, and there's no ticket checker or anything. They'll usually check when you get off and get back on get off on a larger station. We got a nice little waiting area here in the shade. It's a lot cooler in here compared to the hot direct sunlight here. But this is really nice, little charming old station. Photo time. Tuang's in photo mode. Let's get her photo too.
For me?
This iPhone has been one of the best investments we've gotten for the channel. We're getting some really good quality photos. I've been a long time Android user, but really impressed with the photo quality and video quality on this. 1,2,3. Ine. So I think now is a good time for a little snack. We prepared some of my favorite snacks here for cycling in Japan, and that is anpan. And this is the little mini kind, so you get, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these for about 100 yen, so it's like 20 yen, 20 cents each.
Yeah.
And they're really good. Bite size. Sweet red bean. High in protein. All right, let's continue on. And I haven't been riding very much, honestly, this summer, because just with the pandemic and everything, I've been afraid to go out. And I've gotten a little bit lazy, but I've also been doing a bit of Zwift riding inside and staying at home a lot. So on this trip, we've just been riding like a lot all day in the sunny parts of the day with the sunny weather. So my neck has been getting really tan. And it's really funny because the rest of my back is just bright white. So now I've got the neck tan line and I am an official redneck. And yeah, if you lived here on one of these houses, you could just leave your door and you're on a cycling path. So you could live here, have your own garden, grow your own vegetables and some fruits, have your own private cycling path. Would be a nice life. Got a little bit of a downhill here. So yeah, there haven't been any big hills or anything, but definitely some noticeable little uphills and downhills. And we got a rock face here, some protection to prevent some rocks falling down. I believe it's called like Rakuseki rock slide. Oh, here we go. Nice little tunnel. Oh yeah. Nice view around the river bend. Got a shrine here. Doesn't get much better than this. Yeah, these rivers in the Japanese mountains just cut through. So it's usually the flattest part. Usually the only part they can really build roads or train lines without building tunnels. Just follow the river. Oh wow, is that a goat? There's just a goat tied up there by the road. That's really random. I love dogs. Just beautiful over here. We got a cross here. Oh, we're getting close to the river. We got some kayaking over here. I don't think Tung's ever gone kayaking. So we're just about exactly at the halfway point, I believe. Yeah, 16.5 kilos. This course in total is about, I think, 34. 疲れた?
全然ね。
まあ半分の半分終わりました。まだ帰らないと。Yeah, she likes it when there's no climbs. Flat course. Yeah, really enjoying seeing all these different parts, these different gardens along the way. What's this little brake station under the bridge? Oh, is that an old light for the train? That's cool. This is the gymnasium, so they got a baseball field here. They got their music blasting, getting pumped up. In Japanese, the way to say pumped up is like moriagateru. We got some more construction on the course. Yeah. So we got to take the roundabout course. It's okay. It's nice and short. This looks like a kindergarten over here. Oh, someone's cooking something good over here. Check out this old school. That is really weird architecture. Turn right here. Yeah, lots of school grounds around this area. Must have lots of kids around here. And it may just be me, but these mountains seem to be getting bigger as we get deeper into northern Japan, further away from the city, further away from the ocean. I love these sites though, just being surrounded by massive mountains on both sides. But this is a really nice wide stretch of road. Even though it's a detour, it's the main car road, there's no cars out here. That's perfect. I was kind of expecting to see more people out here because it is the weekend. I'm not sure how popular of a tourist destination this is, because nearby there's some other great routes. Like a lot of people, if they're coming out this way, they're going to be doing the Shimanami Kaido. So I wonder how many people come from far away to do this route. I'm glad we stopped here though. I'm glad we found it on the way back. I was just searching like the keyword cycling in English, in Japanese on Google Maps to see if anything came up, and I'm glad this showed up on there. I wouldn't have known about it otherwise. Beautiful. They got a lot of those block things in the river that they usually have along the coast. I think those are used to like prevent erosion. I'm not sure why they have them in the middle of the river though. If anyone knows, please feel free to educate me and let me know. Maybe they got washed away. That seems unlikely though. Those things look pretty heavy. Morotta. Back on the cycling path. Detour is over. So we gotta cross here. Omachi kudasai. Please wait. Just a moment. Please wait. Yeah, we're taking it nice and easy on the way out right now, just taking in the sights, but I think we're gonna cruise on back, top gear. And this is a really interesting road so far. We're just being elevated above the main car road down there. So we get a nice view. I really like when they have the paths elevated like this. You definitely feel a lot safer and you get a nice view. And this has been going on for a while now, just being in this more shaded area. Really nice. So we actually just crossed over the 20 kilometer mark. We're at about 21 kilometers now. So about 2/3 of the way done. Nigaki. So here we are, coming across our second old school station stop. And they always have signs like this, like let's keep the neighborhood nice and clean. So this is our second station stop, and this sign here, this actually means rest. Q. And here you go. This one's a nice little different color. It's got the red roof as well, the blue building. Very cool. I think we're gonna get a few photos here as well. And I guess this must be part of the old rail lines. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, picture time's over. Time to continue on. And they're doing a folding bike tour. I really want to get us a pair of folding bikes. I think that might be our next bike purchase. Once I get a couple months on the new job and we can save up some money. I think we really enjoyed bringing these road bikes in our car for this trip, but it'd be a lot more convenient with the folding bikes just to fit them in. And if we needed to take it on trains, it'd be a lot easier. So I do really want to try it, but I've never ridden a folding bike yet. So I'm not sure what to get, 16-inch, 20-inch, and which model. There's so many different options. But I would like to try and test them out before deciding what we're gonna get. Everyone recommends Brompton, of course, but Brompton's like over $1,000. It's pretty expensive. There's some cheaper models here in about the $400, $500 range. And if we're getting two bikes, we gotta keep that in mind. Oh wow, we got some big groups coming through now. Oh, one of them had a Santic jersey. I think I have the same jersey actually. So, yeah, Santic's actually our jersey sponsor. So the jersey Tunchan's wearing, the jersey I'm wearing is from Santic. They're our lovely sponsor and they make really cheap, affordable, good quality cycling clothes. We've been wearing them for the last few years and we love their stuff. And we see them a lot in the wild here too in Japan, which is great to see. And now we're kind of doing the opposite. The last path we were on, we were elevated above the road, and now we're below the main road. A little bit of an inverse. And this is cool. We've got kind of the more modern style Japanese house and the more traditional style right next to each other. I really prefer the design look of the old school one, but I prefer the modern standards for safety, insulation, and yeah, earthquake resistance for the newer houses for sure. Every time I see some tape like this, I think of like cyclocross. And it's almost like the cross season here. I think it's gonna go on like normal here in Japan. They just started doing the regular road racing in the crit again. And they hold off for a couple months in the beginning stages, but they seem to be opening it up again. So there might be some races. We might go check some out if we have time. Depends on my work schedule. I think my new job I'll have to be working on weekends sometimes, especially Saturdays, but we'll see. If the races are on Sundays, I should still be able to go. I remember in my hometown actually, so my hometown I've mentioned is Michigan. The city I grew up in for most of my life is Rochester. And right around this area, there are a ton of rail trails. Like, it's insane how many rail trails there are in Michigan, and a lot of them intersect through my neck of the woods where I grew up. So I had all these awesome options of rail trails. But when I was younger, when I was racing, I started out doing like mountain bike racing, track racing, and then I got into road racing. And at times I was doing all of them at once, and like depending on the season, of course. And at the time, I didn't really like the rail trails. I thought they were kind of annoying because they were really heavily trafficked, and there's kind of like a speed limit. Like at the speed I was training at, it wasn't good enough to get a good workout for me. And so I was better off just training on some of the more regular roads. So I rarely used the rail trails. And I did think they were a little bit boring because you just ride on it. You don't see really any new scenery. It's just kind of like the same old sights and stuff. And it's kind of funny how things change. And now I really like just going for these more relaxed, slower rides, especially with my wife. We're just going out and enjoying riding. I'm not necessarily going out to just like train and kill myself and yeah, improve my aerobic capacity. So it's funny how those things change, and now I'm looking forward to eventually being able to go back to my hometown and explore those rail trails again and just see them again in a whole new light. And hopefully one day make a video about them, share them with you guys. There's some beautiful trails over there. The Paint Creek Trail, the Clinton Orchard Trail, and there's a couple more that those connect to. But the other thing I was spoiled with in my area, we had a velodrome. I had a velodrome right behind my house in the park that I grew up in. And so I would train there all the time. And there were also mountain bike trails, like so many mountain bike trails, really good trails. So I was just really fortunate. Right from my backyard, I was a 5-minute ride away from mountain bike trails and from track. So I grew up spoiled, but I'm spoiled in a different way now. We get the beautiful sights of riding here in Japan. And I've also got an awesome riding partner. This is an onsen. So yeah, if you had a lot of time, you're coming out here, maybe staying the night, you can stop by the onsen. Nanio? I guess he was also in a Santic jersey. I wasn't looking at him though. I'll have to check the video later. Yeah, everyone's riding Santic. That's awesome. So if you're also a viewer and you wear Santic kits, let us know. We'd be really glad to see those comments actually, because then we can share them with them. And we really appreciate their support. They help support our channel, both with kits and financially. So we really appreciate their support, and we'd be really glad if we can show them some of your guys' comments. If you've bought their stuff or used their stuff in the past, send us some of your positive comments and we'll forward them to them. I think they'll be pretty happy to see that. So it looks like we're back on the sidewalk. For the most part though, it's been really good pass, really nice dedicated pass, but in some certain sections, it's just a little confusing. And it looks like we're like sort of on the pedestrian walking kind of pass. 25. Looks like we gotta cross here. Luckily, they have the red sign on the ground, so we just follow that. And this is another rest area. I don't think we need to rest, we just took a break. There's another map of all the places, and a bathroom if you need it, and probably a drinking fountain. Yeah, we're just gonna continue on. We don't need to stop. Got a fire department here. Cycling road right. Oh, interesting, we're going right here. And now the path itself is red. Haven't been drinking too much on this ride though. Make sure to get some hydration. I don't know how many times I've said the word beautiful in this ride, but once again, just beautiful, gorgeous out here. I love the combination of the greens and the blues. The blues from the river, from the sky, the greens from the surrounding grass and rice fields and mountains. The lovely concrete blocks over here. All around though, you get some nice views of the real Japan, the real countryside in Japan, without having to deal with the crappy narrow roads and the busy cars and stuff. The deep countryside in Japan is really nice, where there's few cars, but the countryside area where there's still a decent population can be really rough with the narrow roads. But this is perfect. Can't ask for more than this. There's some convenience stores over that way too, so lots of nice little breaks if you need them here to fill up on snacks, rest stations, bathrooms, barriers. Lots of folding bikes out on the course today. Yeah, let us know your recommendations of folding bikes. We're keeping a watchful eye, and we'll try and find some places that have some demo bikes that we can go try out. That would be great. We definitely don't want to make a purchase without demoing the bike first. And we also need to be in a little bit better financial security. Once we get a couple paychecks at the new job. I love this red track, blue lines. Twins also got her blue line jersey. The blue rocket. Yeah, this weather, couldn't ask for more. End of summer, early fall feeling. Not too cold, not too hot, just perfect. We've been seeing a lot of orange roofs over here as well. Yeah, I wonder what's up with all the different colored roofs over in this area for all the different buildings. There are some areas with all red colored roofs, some areas with all orange colored. I guess we don't need to be on this path. We could technically just hop over here on the main road. There's no cars. And we should get a little bit of a closer view of the river. We don't have to deal with those annoying barriers. Here comes Tunchan, navigating the barriers. Bye bye. Yeah, lots and lots of barriers. Jeez, this is just overkill. This is really dangerous. Is this a bathroom? Oh no, just a sign the bathroom's over that way. Yeah, we're not going to the bathroom. It said it was 800 meters away. No, thank you. Oh, we got some laundry hanging up. So this river is called the Yoshigawa with 2 I's, Yoshi-i. I think the next stop up here is the onsen, or one of the famous onsens. That would have been the smart thing to do. Drive up here, start the ride here, and then go all the way to where we started today, then go back. And then when you finish the ride, you can finish your ride with a nice onsen break. I've done that with a couple of my longer rides here in the past, and oh man, it is just such a good feeling to relax in the hot spring after a hard day, a hard ride. Doesn't get much better than that. Left here. And oh wow, looks like there's a castle up there over on the top of that little mountain. We've seen a lot of castles on this trip so far. Just check out these rice fields, the different shades of green, the bright, vibrant green. So I just crossed the 30-kilometer mark on my computer. We should have a little bit less than 5 kilometers now to the finish. Looks like we crossed the road and then left. I guess you can just stay on the main road instead of going on the sidewalk over there. We've got the blue line here. And there's no cars. I've been really surprised at how few cars there are along the route, even on like the parallel roads. There were some sections with some heavy traffic, but for the most part, it's been like this. So the blue line is telling us to go right, and then there's a red sign over there, so we're not sure. This is a little confusing. So we started from down here, and actually we started from here, but technically the path can go all the way down here. This isn't officially a cycling path or anything. They just want to show this beautiful bridge over here, which I guess has this scenery. So we might do that on the way back. Okay, so we figured it out. And the reason is the pink line is actually a whole connection of different routes. And then the yellow line is the nice route that we've been on. It's the old rail to trail. And so we actually have to turn off here, and it's been parallel the entire time so far. But from here to get to the original endpoint, we need to turn off and go this way. But the pink line, this goes on some more regular roads, and it's not always a bike path, but it continues on and actually connects to more trails. And so we could go that way, but it's way further than we had originally intended. So unfortunately, we're gonna turn off here and continue the rest of this rail to trail line and then make our way back. But one day, when we have enough time to just cycle all over Japan, I do want to ride from this very bottom point all the way to the top point of the northern Japan Sea. That would be really great. So from here, we're going to follow the red trail signs instead of the blue line. The blue line is a separate thing. So we got to turn over here. We're following the Roman Kaido. Kaido is actually kind of interesting. Depending on the kanji character that they use, it can mean like ocean road, but it can also mean like bicycle road or like train road, just road in general. But depending on the kanji that they use, it can specify what type of road it is. And we're just here in the last few closing kilometers of this course. It's been a beautiful course so far, and I'm really glad we made our way over here. I'm also really glad we had good weather and good timing for the way back as we make our way back on our road trip, biking trip back to Nagoya. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, we are continuing on to Osaka tonight. We're going to be staying in Osaka for a few days, and we're going to be meeting up with a local YouTuber, a Japanese cyclist. We've done a collaboration with her in the past, so Nana Channel. She's a pretty popular up-and-coming cycling YouTuber based in Osaka. So we're going to be filming a video together with her, or probably a couple of videos. So be on the lookout for those. And yeah, we're really excited to ride around Osaka, get some food there. It'll be a good closing chapter for our cycling trip. It's always reassuring to see cyclists on the same path as you. It makes you feel like you're not the only one coming this way. So yeah, it looks like there's a castle up on the top of that mountain. I don't think Tung wants to climb up there. Noboru? え、本当？
そんなに高くないでしょ。
うん、まあ。
登るわ。
本当？
I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I can believe.
Oh, this is a cool little bridge. So this looks like a really cool bridge, but it looks like they have the sign here. It's kind of worn out, but I'm pretty sure we gotta go this way. The other interesting thing at the Shimanami Kaido is there were a couple different routes. Like you can go the main recommended route, but there's a whole bunch of different roads that you can take, and you can take some, and depending on the way you go, you can get some more climbing, you can get some different kinds of sights. There's different attractions along the way. So I guess it's sort of the same thing here. There's a couple different roads you can take, a couple different recommendations. We're doing this one, the red patch, the Katatetsu Roman Kaido, the old rail trail. I hope they have some sort of sign or something at the end of this. I have a feeling it might be a little bit anti-climatic, but we'll see. We should be just in the last few kilometers here. Actually, one thing I noticed, I haven't seen too many like restaurants or cafes along this path. I'm sure there's a few if you deviate off the path a little bit to some of the more main areas. We'll have to try and find something. Hopefully there's a restaurant up here at the end, or we'll try and find something on the way back. Worst case scenario, we'll just find a convenience store and get a convenient lunch. Don't use the porta potty. Toon-chan's leading the way. I'm pretty sure we're just here in the last kilometer now. We should be approaching the end of the course. I think this is it right up here. I see some old train cars. This is it, our goal, our finish line. So I'm guessing this is one of the old trains from this old line. Very cool. And there's a lot of cyclists over here. This is cool. This is way more than I was expecting. A great way to finish this ride. We get a rest area, some drinking fountains, some train cars. Very cool. The bike rack space is being taken up. There's not too much space remaining. But that's okay. Let's squeeze in here. But just to be safe, we've got our little mini lock here. So let's do that. Like 100年ぐらいこの線使ってたけど、もう10年ぐらい前、そのサイクリングロードに変わった。もう使ってない。So I think Chung's pretty happy that we came over here. We got a nice little restroom area. And yeah, check out all the old original stuff here from the old train line. Very cool. And we can cross down over here. Let's check out some of the tracks. That's really cool. We can come down here, right on the tracks. Very cool. And I guess these are some of the old cars that used to run on here. And yeah, some of these are pretty old. This one's from 1934, 1953. Here we go. We can get really nice up and close in here. Check out some of these old style doors in here. That is really cool. Can we see inside as well? Some of these old school seats. Totally different than the train styles now. It's crazy to think about how long trains have been around, especially here in Japan. So this station's name, I guess, Kichigahara. And I love how they have all the old trains here with the big characters in the hiragana, which is the easier to read alphabet. But most of the modern stations will have the kanji characters, which are more difficult to read, being bigger. So I'm guessing maybe the literacy rate was a little bit lower in the past, and that's why it's all in hiragana. That's just a guess. I have no idea. But if you know for sure, let me know. This is really awesome. I'm so glad we made our way over here. Is this the old engine? Is this the one that would pull everything? Kakui ne. This is the kanji for phone, so I'm guessing this is an old phone box. Denwa. And it looks like we got some stuff over here too. Let's check it out. Is this an old school boat? This part of the old engine? Is this the old trolley version with the cables up top? Yeah, we've been seeing a lot. This area is just a lot more historical. So like Okayama City and Hiroshima City, they still have some of these trolleys. And we don't have any of those over in Nagoya where we live. So it's been really cool to see these. Let's check out this old school boat while we're over here. This is how they used to turn it. Check that out. An old sailboat. And what's this? This looks like it used to run along the tracks. Maybe this was used to clear the debris on the track, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't really know much about trains, so if you guys know anything significant about some of these pieces, let me know. And they've got some old school outlets here. They've got the double prong and the triple prong. These are actually pretty rare in Japan because that's what we use over in America, but most in Japan it uses the double prong. Anyway, I think we're going to finish this video here. We had an awesome time cycling over here to this area. Beautiful cycling path, and now we've got this awesome destination here where we can see all these cool old school trains, and just, yeah, it's been beautiful the whole way. We had a great time, great weather. このコース楽しかったね。
楽しかった。
ここに来てよかった。
そう、安全なコース。
安全なコース。
ゴールも綺麗だし。
Yeah, building just safe cycling paths is huge. If you can build a nice, safe, comfortable place where people enjoy coming out, they feel safe coming out and riding, it makes a huge difference. This kid's just dying over there. And anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. We're going to continue on and film some more videos over here from our cycling trip. So make sure to subscribe so you can continue watching these videos. And thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon who help support us so we can fund this awesome trip before we have to go back to the reality of full-time work. And we'll see you next time here on 2O Cruise.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.